Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're taking a completely fascinating look into a system that is honestly rewiring how we think about the daily grind. We're talking about Juiced Up, specifically the V1.2 Paradigm 002. Now, if you've ever felt like building a business, mastering markets, or just trying to level up your financial game is this chaotic, kind of abstract process, well, you are definitely not alone. But what Juiced Up does here is absolutely brilliant. It takes all of those invisible business and money moves and transforms them into a highly structured, dynamic, and totally collectible game. It's quite literally about turning the invisible into something you can hold, stack, and deploy.
Okay, let's dive into this stark contrast. On the one hand, we have what floods our social feeds every single day, right? Vague motivation content. Hustle harder, grind it out, stay focused. I mean, it sounds great, but it completely lacks execution. On the other hand, we have the reality of the Juiced Up framework, which is a strict, codified system. This isn't just about getting pumped up. It's an aggressive, calculated framework built specifically for founders, resellers, and builders. It strips away all that fluff and gives you a concrete architecture to actually track and execute your daily moves. To really wrap our heads around the sheer scale of what this V1.2 paradigm has built, you just need to consider one number: 138. That is the total number of collectible cards in the entire Juiced Up ecosystem. Every single skill, every mindset shift, every tactical money move, they've all been distilled down and codified into one of these 138 cards. It is literally an entire universe of business acumen, mapped out entirely for you.
But wait, you can't just access all 138 at once. Out of that massive total, there is a highly curated, image-verified launch set of exactly 27 cards. These 27 represent the immediate, tactical foundation of the system. It creates this intense, incredibly focused starting line, where builders are all working with the exact same verified toolkit. Everyone is basically racing to master these 27 core principles before they even think about expanding their deck.
And of course, because this is a collectible system, there are rarity tiers, 4 of them to be exact. But the number that immediately sets the stakes is this one, 0.1%. That is the ultra-rare secret pull rate. By injecting this level of scarcity, the system builds immediate momentum and excitement. It transforms the whole process of acquiring a business skill into a high-stakes hunt. Securing a top-tier card isn't just a lesson learned, it's a massive rare victory in the metagame.
Section 1. The Periodic Table of Hustle.
So how is all this organized? The Juiced Up framework arranges its 138 cards into what they call the Periodic Table of Hustle. This is a codified system mapping every core hustle principle to a collectible card, making the grind totally visible and stackable. Think about how a traditional periodic table organizes chemical elements by their properties and atomic structures. Well, Juiced Up does the exact same thing, but for business strategy. It takes daily skills that are usually completely invisible to the outside world and makes them incredibly visible, collectible, and most importantly, stackable.
The blueprint of this table is rigid. It's almost scientific, really. It's broken down into exactly 6 periods of mastery, 18 groups, 4 distinct block types, and, as we mentioned earlier, 4 rarity tiers. This isn't just some random assortment of good ideas. It's a meticulously designed map. The layout physically represents your progress. As you move through the periods and groups, you are literally advancing your real-world capabilities. It's just a beautifully structured way to visualize your own growth.
Section 2. The 5 core domains.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how these 5 distinct categories meticulously organize the realities of being a founder. Let's look at the breakdown. We have mindset in the S block, groups 1 and 2. That's your absolute foundation. Then you've got money, sitting in D block, groups 10 through 12, which is laser-focused on capital velocity. Tech spans D block 3 to 12, dedicated to automation and data. Recovery shares the S block with mindset, acting as your crucial loss protocols. Because, let's face it, usually taking a hit means sitting and crying in your car. But here, it's a structured, measurable protocol. Finally, we have flip hacks in the P block, groups 13 through 18, covering arbitrage and market plays. It's a completely holistic view of business, perfectly balancing aggressive capital velocity with those essential loss protocols.
Section 3. Inside the cards.
Let's get specific. Take this flavor text directly from a card in the money domain. Risk a little to make a lot. Only take trades where upside dwarfs downside. This brilliantly takes a totally abstract financial concept, asymmetry, and grounds it into a hard-hitting, memorable rule. When you pull this card, you aren't just reading a textbook definition. You are acquiring a directive. You're holding a principle that you are now expected to deploy out there in the real world.
Let's actually look at 3 specific cards to see how they function across these domains. First up is the juice box. This is an RG element in the money domain, and it represents a secret, diversified portfolio of highest quality assets that you never sell. You only add to it. It's classified as a secret juice edition card. Then we have asymmetric risk/reward, a platinum or P element, also in money and marked as rare. That's the quote we literally just talked about. And finally, there is comp check always. This is a silicone or SI element in the tech domain. It's a launch card that dictates a crucial tech rule. Never buy blind and always master your comps to find undervalued gems. As you can see, each card is a highly specific, highly tactical tool.
Section 4. Mechanics, AI, and Stacking.
To elevate this from just a static collection to a highly active living metagame, modern tech is deeply integrated. You have JuiceBot AI offering per-card challenges, meaning the system actively tests your real-world mastery of the cards you hold. And this brilliantly illustrates how the backend works too. A server-side proxy protects your API keys, keeping them completely off the client during these AI challenges for maximum security. And then, there's the concept of isotope stacking. This is a fascinating mechanic where multiple cards can actually share a single position on the table as isotopes, allowing for just incredible depth and customization within your personal deck.
When you put all of this together, the cards, the domains, the AI mechanics, it creates a literal, repeatable core action sequence. Step 1. Stack. You build your deck, acquire the knowledge, and gather the assets. Step 2. Flip. You execute your marketplace and arbitrage. Step 3. Recover. You utilize your loss protocols when things inevitably go sideways. And step 4, grind. You reset, you reevaluate, and you get right back to the table. This sequence directly connects the mechanics of the game to the raw, daily reality of building and reselling in the real world.
So I want to leave you with this provocative thought. How would visualizing your own daily skills as a collectible deck change your approach to building, reselling, and grinding? Think about it. If your mindset, your technical skills, and your risk management were physical cards you could actually see, stack, and upgrade, how much more intentional would you be? Juiced Up proves that when you codify the hustle, you don't just work harder, you play a much, much smarter game. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I highly encourage you to really think about what your own periodic table of hustle looks like.